You post on ZipRecruiter, get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to this exclusive.
The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Pine City High School for tonight's girls basketball matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Foley Falcons. We've got two of our local teams here tonight going to battle. Not a conference matchup, but a section matchup here between these two teams as they both play in Section 6 AA, so a super important matchup for both of these squads here tonight, especially with the regular season winding down. I, of course, am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's matchup here of 6 AA basketball between the Falcons and the Dragons. This should be a good one here. Both of these teams looking for a very important win this evening. It has a lot on the line, actually, believe it or not. These two teams battling for better standings in the playoffs. And if you can believe it or not, we are only 17 days away from the playoffs beginning. Yes, 17 days away. It's just crazy to me to think that we're already basically 2 weeks. By the time we get to Thursday, we're 2 weeks exactly away from the playoffs starting. That is just crazy to think about. I'm telling you, the season just started yesterday. That's what it feels like anyways. But these two teams going to battle tonight, Section 6 AA action. As we start taking a look at these teams, starting with the Foley Falcons, of course, they are in the 6th spot right now in this section. 11-9, but they're 6-5 in the section. They score about 55 points per game, give up about 59 points per game. But again, a very solid section schedule up to this point, in which they've won 11 of those games, or excuse me, 6 of those games and lost 5. They are 11-9 total on the season, but they are a tough team to beat, and I will tell you why here in just a second. Looking at their schedule, at the beginning of the season, they beat Eden Valley Watkins, who is a AA team in Section 3, 49-37, but then they fell to Bram. Bram, as we know, a very good team, a top 10 team in Class A, just below Ogilvie, and then they came back to beat Kimball, but then they would lose 4 straight to Albany, St. Cloud Cathedral, and Holdingford, all towards the top of this section. But then in that ESCO tournament, they did fall to ESCO, but then they turned around and beat Hermantown. Then coming out of that tournament to start the new year, they beat Piers, only by single digits, then they lost to Annandale. Well, then they beat Little Falls, and then lost to Pequot Lakes. But then they went on a nice little winning streak of 5 games against Osakis, Malacca, Royalton, Mora, and St. Cloud Cathedral, all whom are in this section. And starting with Osakis and Malacca. Now, Malacca may not be the girls' team it was last year, but they are still a solid team. Osakis, again, may not be the Osakis team we're used to seeing, but they're still a very solid team, and they're probably still going to be one of the teams we're seeing at St. John's University in the second round of the playoffs. So, and I wouldn't doubt to see Malacca there. Royalton, another pretty darn good team. St. Cloud Cathedral, another really good team. Mora, not having the season that they would have hoped, but Royalton, one of those really good teams, 13-8 on the season this far. So these are teams that we're used to seeing in the playoffs. Teams are used to seeing at St. John's University in the second round of the playoffs that they went and beat 5 in a row. So again, a very, very tough section schedule, but they went on a 6-game win streak in it. And another good team, as we just mentioned, the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders, were 15-8 on the year. So for Foley, they're coming into this one feeling like, hey, we feel like we're in a better spot at this point in the season than you. If they're looking at, if I'm putting myself in the shoes of the Foley Falcons players, coaches, and fans, I'm looking at ourselves and going, you know what? We've had maybe a little bit of a tougher section stretch as you have, because we have played 11 games. You've only played 3 section games, so we feel like we're the better team because we've faced a ton more section opponents. So if I'm Foley, I'm coming into this one with a ton of confidence. Even after that 5-game win streak, they lost to Albany and Pierce. They came back and beat Little Falls, who is a 3A school. Now, again, anytime you face bigger schools, more times than not, they're going to have more depth than you. Whether they do or don't, they still will have a full bench of players that they can go to. Now, whether those girls or guys are as talented and as, have as many varsity minutes as the other players on the team, that remains to be seen team to team. But a lot of times, anytime you move up a class, you're going to see better depth. And that's kind of the case with Little Falls. But they were able to beat Little Falls, who's sitting at 500 even on the season. So for Foley, again, I think they're coming into this one with a ton of confidence. They got an 11-point win over the Flyers of Little Falls. This stretch, though, for Foley is going to be tough because that home game against Pierce was one of their last. This is a 4-game road stretch for Foley. Little Falls was the start of it. Now it's Pine City. Thursday, it's at Pequot Lakes, a team who, again, they did not play. I don't know why I thought. Yeah, they did. Okay, there it is. Sometimes my eyes deceive me, ladies and gentlemen, but I promise I'm all here. They did lose to Pequot Lakes back in January by 31 points, so they'll have to travel to Pequot Lakes now, who just seemingly is getting better as the season goes along. And then they'll end that road stretch at Malacca next Tuesday before their final home game and their final regular season game of the season next Friday when they get to host Mora. So, for Foley, this is a tough road stretch. They're going to be battle tested. They're going to play 2 out of this road stretch. They will play 3 of the 4 teams that they've already played. Little Falls, Pequot, and Malacca. Now, they did lose to Pequot Lakes, as we already talked about. They did lose to them. Continuing on, they beat Little Falls twice now. They did beat Malacca, so they've got a chance to beat Malacca twice, Little Falls, who's a 3A school, twice. It's just been a good last half of the season for the Foley Falcons. And again, they're sitting at 11-9, 2 games above 500. So if I'm the Falcons right now, I'm coming into this one with an absolute ton of confidence going up against the Dragons. Not only that, they're coming off a long 2-week stretch of games. I think we talked about it. They were playing 5 games in 7 school days. That is not easy to do for any team, whether you've got depth, whether you have a short bench, whether you've got 15 players that you can put out on the court. It doesn't matter. To play 5 games in a 7 school day stretch, that is not easy. You have to practice for 2 days, and that's if you practice, because you may have to rest because of injuries, or maybe you just will watch film because it's such a big game. So if I'm Foley, I'm coming into this one with a ton of confidence, knowing Pine City just came off a long 2-week stretch. And unfortunately for Pine City, it ended with a loss to Ogilvie here last Friday. So if I'm Foley, I'm trying to capitalize on the fact that Pine City lost last Friday. They're trying to come back and win here on Monday. But if I'm the Falcons, I smell a little bit of blood in the water. If I'm the Falcons, I'm saying, hey, let's capitalize off of them trying to come back and win this game, trying to make it hey, we're coming back on Monday, playing right away, and let's win. I think we all know the Minnesota Vikings. If you watch the Vikings, I know I reference football a lot. Forgive me, I am a football guy, but when the Vikings 2 years ago, I guess it technically would be 2 years ago now, but when they were 13-4, when they lost to the Cowboys so bad, I think it was 40-3 at home, all anybody talked about for the Vikings was all they want to do is get back and play Thanksgiving Thursday night football. That's all they want to do. It was a quick turnaround, and everybody's wondering, are they going to be ready? Are the injuries going to be okay? What's going to happen? Well, the Vikings turned around and said, you know what, we just want to play Thursday. We're not worried about it. We just want to get back play so we can get back to winning and get that sour taste out of our mouth. And they did. Now, Pine City obviously wants to do that here, but again, if I'm the Falcons, again, I smell a little bit of blood in the water trying to get out here, give Pine City another loss, and get my section standings a little bit better. We're going to take a commercial break. Hear a word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk Pine City and their season this far. We'll hear a word from our sponsors. Then be back on
Untangling your
WCMP.
headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
Senior night, we're going to take a listen in on what Coach Judd has to say.
And I want to start with our foreign exchange students. We got Monica Shepard, Isabel Calatuyu, Haley Bay, Lisa Bryantbach, and Irene Fernandez. I'd like to thank you guys for all of your dedication to our program, coming in and learning basketball, learning how we do it here in the USA, and really appreciate all the work that you guys have put into this basketball season. So thank you very much to you guys. And now we're going to turn it over to our players as they recognize our seniors. Here we go.
I'm speaking for Lily Strauss. My dearest Lily, on and off both the basketball and tennis court, you have remained a constant in my life. After I joined the varsity tennis team my freshman year, we quickly became friends, and now I can't remember a time we weren't. I love driving around with you, going to games with you, and just spending time together in general. Nothing will ever beat the memories of us playing Crazy Eights in a hotel room, the long drives to the city so we could watch a tennis tournament, and sitting in your car after you convinced me to buy and drink a gallon jug of root beer before practice. I will miss your out-of-pocket comments and jokes, but I'm so proud of what you already have and will accomplish in the future. I love you so much.
Sammy, you have been a huge part of this program, from playing to turning into the best girls basketball team manager, and now helping with running the clock at practice to running the scoreboards and clock during games. We possibly couldn't do it without you. I will miss sitting with you in all of our basketball chats. Thank you so much for making basketball great for so many people and being there for me since I was in 7th grade. Despite being sad to see you go, I am so excited to see what you're going to do after high school. Whatever it is, I know it will be great, and I'm going to miss you so much next year.
Carly, I am so proud of all that you have accomplished. Thank you for not only scoring all of our points, but also being my best friend. You have taught me so many things on and off of the court. Your faith inspires me to become a better person. You are such a hard-working individual in the classroom, on the court, and within your relationships with friends, family, and God. One of my favorite memories with you is going to the gym, and we would take forever to finish anything because we could not take anything serious, and I think it honestly took us like an hour to make 100 shots. You bring a light and energy to the team, and I always be thankful to have such a great teammate. One day, when you are famous in the NBA, I am expecting front row seats to every game right next to Kidney. I have moved several places and made many friends, but you have made a different impact on my life, and I'm forever grateful for you. I know I was lucky to get you for all your amazing attributes. I'm going to miss you.
Summer, I got to spend the last weekend and quickly with you. I can't believe you are competing next year. I don't know who will make me laugh like you. I love all your dances and all your jokes. You always cheer me up if I'm ever having a bad day. Your energy is so contagious, you can make anyone happy. My favorite memories with you are bus rides to and from basketball games. I'm going to miss you so much next year. I love you and thank you for everything that you've helped me with the past year. You are such an amazing person, and I wish you the best for the future. positive energy you've always put in, no matter circumstance, shows your love for the team. I remember you coming in every day during summer workouts, working your hardest. Our knee situations have been incredibly tough for both of us, but your advice and everlasting faith has shown anyone can bounce back. Forever grateful, I look up to you. I know the team, coaches, and I will truly miss you.
One more round of applause for all of our seniors and 4th grade students. Thank you very much.
The saga continues. We now know with certainty that Kidney Stone will return for Season 5, Part 2, its final episodes, in November 2024. The same love story.
No one messes with my girl.
Oh, Bip, I love you.
Trying to save the ranch.
It's got the best pull shed in Kanabec County.
And of course,
this week, grab your tickets to the new Wrangler Stampede Rodeo. 3 options to choose from. Or you're going to the train station.
Let's take them to the train station.
WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. Save now, but wait to watch what used to be your favorite show and everybody was talking about it. Now it's kind of lost its momentum.
Are you looking for a position where your role impacts the community around you? Then look no further than Burnett Dairy Cooperative in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Owned by the farmers in your community, Burnett Dairy offers numerous career options with various responsibilities and growth opportunities. Positions such as CDL drivers, who work closely with our farmers, cheese production, creating award-winning cheeses, and retail store clerks making someone's day better. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers to join our herd.
Back here on WCMP, the ladies honoring the seniors there and the foreign exchange students as well. I appreciate them, and yeah, it's another good class of seniors here for Pine City, even though, unfortunately for Emma Belsheim, couldn't finish her senior season due to a knee injury, but she has been, you can just tell that she has been one of the players that these young ladies look up to, and she has just continued to battle through a knee injury both this year and last year, and she's just continued to be a positive person, whether it's on the bench, on the court. You can really tell that they do enjoy having her out here, and it's really unfortunate that she was not able to finish her senior season on the court. It does look like, though, we'll have a little bit of a special announcement here for starting lineups. We'll keep you up to date on that. But for tonight, as we already talked about the Foley Falcons coming into this one with some momentum, let's talk about the Pine City Dragons and their momentum. It took a hit there on Friday in an 89-82 loss in the conference championship to Ogilvie. That's the second time they lost to Ogilvie. Now, when they lost to Ogilvie the first time, that ended a 60-game conference winning streak. Now, all streaks must come to an end. All good things must come to an end, yes. But for Pine City, they were really looking forward to Friday's game. Now, when I look at it, I kind of said, okay, it's a long 2 weeks that they've had. The week before they had a couple of games. Then this week they have another couple of 3 games that week, and they played 5 games in a span of 7 school days. So that game against Ogilvie, it kind of just seemed like they didn't have enough juice in the tank. They just didn't have enough at the end of the game. Obviously, they worked tirelessly, effortlessly, to get to that point where they can continue. But that pace in that game was incredible. And unfortunately for Pine City, Ogilvie just couldn't miss. I would venture to say that Ogilvie was darn near 75% shooting. That's simply how good they were in that game. They did not miss. 2 of the ladies, though, in that game who didn't miss were Grace Hines and Carly Jusak, who both scored over 60 points in that game, something that's never been done in the state of Minnesota. And Carly Jusak, with her 63 points, became the second most in a game in Minnesota's history. Yeah, that is how well those 2 shot that night. Grace Hines with 62. That's the 4th most in a game in Minnesota history. So not only was it a great game to be a part of, but some history that night as well. But for Pine City, again, they did fall in that game. So they lose the conference crown for the first time in I don't even know how many years it's been, but it's been a while. So that leaves a little bit of a sour taste in their mouths. And tonight they've got a chance to kind of avenge that loss, so to speak. Now, obviously, it's not Ogilvie, and they won't get to play Ogilvie in the playoffs. So you won't get to avenge your avenge the loss that way. But you can come out here, you can look at this team and say, okay, we can pretend that blue is a little bit more black and that white might be orange. We can pretend that F is an O and turn it into Ogilvy, and we can pretend that this team is Ogilvy. We can take out some of our frustration by winning this game. But I think one of the things they need to concentrate on is not so much avenging that loss from Friday and getting that frustration out, because they're obviously upset and frustrated because that stuck with them until last Friday, and it's still going to stick with them through the end of the season. But what they can do is concentrate on playing their type of game, their type of offense, not making those mental mistakes we seen on Friday, holding on to the ball, not turning it over as much, and making plays on offense. Again, just not turning the ball over, I think, would be huge in this game. So I think they just need to concentrate running their offense. Don't do too much. Don't take your foot off the pedal, because you know from that game on Friday, you can run with any team in the state. Pace-wise, shot-wise, you can do it. So if you're running, keep that pace up. Don't take your foot off the pedal. And the thing that we've seen with Pine City, unfortunately, has been they get off to a little bit of a hot start, then it cools off. And then the second half, they kind of catch back up again. So they'd like to see that consistency all throughout an entire game. Well, that'll do it for our pre-games, warm-ups, and now we're going to take a commercial break here. Word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll have our national anthem been sung and our starting lineups announced.
All right, settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh, yeah? Well, Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler, and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill, too.
What about his shop?
He heats that, too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit northlandboilersales.com, your local Central Boiler sales dealer.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Experience our most popular sawmill, the Big Red XP. This Canadian-built mill proudly sits on an entirely welded 24-foot jointless frame. Accepting a diameter of 32 inches, this portable sawmill can saw logs up to 21 feet long or work with two 10-foot logs at the same time. Includes an electric head position and automatic headlock. Powered by the renowned and proven Honda 20-horsepower version, the Big Red XP comes equipped with all the equipment needed. The Big Red XP is available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, live with video on our website at WCMPradio.com. For the Foley Falcons, it will be, who are head coached by Jay Stortkamp. It'll be number 2, Adeline Rudnitsky, Number 4, Addison Byer. Number 5, Macy Zawacki. Number 11, Kira Osborne. And number 12, Ella Duvel. Duvel is going to match up really well with Carly Jusak. Those two. The tallest on the court, in fact, Duvel is 6'3", so got a few inches, a little bit of advantage over Jusak. For the Pine City Dragons, who are head coached by Patrick Judd, it'll be number 2, Mallory Klepper. Number 10, of course, the seniors, Summer Thiemann. Number 11, Brooke Boland. Number 12, Carly Jusak. And then a honorary starter for tonight. Won't be playing, sadly, but she got to dress, and she'll be an honorary starter. It will be Emma Belsheim, who will take the court for the Dragons as an honorary starter, and I love that. I love the fact that she's going to be an honorary starter here tonight for the Dragons. It's the final home game of the season for Pine City. The rest are on the road. The final 3 for the Dragons are on the road, so Emma Belsheim going to be that honorary starter here tonight for the Dragons. The Foley Falcons and Dragons going at it here. Foley wearing their white away uniforms, the blue letters and numbers outlined in black. The blue trim on the armholes, the neck, and on the bottom of the shorts. Pine City wearing their green home uniforms, white letters and numbers outlined in black. Black trim on the shoulders, neck, waistband, and on the bottom of the shorts. The Dragon logo on each side of the shorts as well. This should be a fun one. And again, a lot on the line because Both these teams, it's a section game, and this will have a lot moving forward on the section standings QRF-wise. Pine City still in that 4th spot, so they would have a home game, plus they'd get one of the lowest seeds remaining at St. John's if they were to win in that first round. But that's all ifs right now. That is all ifs. They've got to get through this game and their next 3, and it's not going to be any bit easier going forward either, because if we take a look at Pine City again, they're 4th in Section 6AA right now, but they've got their 3 last games on the road at Malacca, Proctor, and Royalton, so not easy by any means. So tip-off, here we go, and it is won by the Dragons, right to Thiemann, and then to Emma Belsheim. And they'll let her hold on to it. And they'll let the 10-second violation go. And she'll get hugs from teammates. And Vivian Lottie will then come in for Belsheim. Very cool for Belsheim to be able to be out there. And Foley let Pine City win tip. And they got it to Emma to be that honorary starter for the Dragons. So as we get underway now, the Falcons will have it. Osborne hands it over to Byer. Byer stands at the Dragon logo. She'll give it off near side to Zawacki. Zawacki looking top of the key to Rudnitsky. Rudnitsky over on the near side now to Osborne. Back up top to Duvel. Duvel and Jusak, that should be a fun matchup to watch, especially down in the paint. Top of the key is Zawacki, and the shot clock has buzzed, and that will mean it will be Dragon ball. So Foley trying to get the ball moving early here, but Pine City did a really good job making sure that Foley didn't have any chance, and they didn't before the shot clock went off. Now Jusak will drive inside. Shot is up and good for 2. So the Dragons will get on the board first. A little bit of not so much full court pressure, maybe 3/4 court pressure. That ball's knocked out. That should be full. That should be no Foley ball. No, Pine City's ball. Very interesting. It went back and forth there. It went off of the knee of Byer. As she went out of bounds, the ball bounced up and hit her in the knee. I wasn't sure. And then a bad pass there from Bolin, and it's stolen away by Rudnitsky. And her shot's no good. Rebounded by Byer, and then taken by Lottie on the missed shot by Byer. Rudnitsky with the steal off the Bolin pass. It was not the greatest of passes. It's got to be better, and that's kind of what we talked about there on Friday, and now we're going to get a foul here early on Foley. That'll be a push, and that one's going to go against Byer. Early on, both teams showing pressure in the backcourt. Now we're going to have a conversation at midcourt with all 3 referees. Not sure what the conversation was about, but it looks like they're getting back to action here. Bolin will bring it up the court. Looks to the far side. Now to the near side. Gives it to Thiemann. Thiemann. Top of the key to Klepper. Now to Jusak. Jusak over to Klepper. Klepper on the run. Oh, it was halfway down before it found its way out. And then Lottie with the rebound. She puts it back up and in for 2. The putback makes it 4-0. Byer gets the pass from Rudnitsky to Zawacki, over to Rudnitsky again. Up the court, left alone is Osborne, and she drops it in for 2. That's been the problem with the full court, well, not so much full court, but full court pressure from Pine City, is they usually get someone left alone down underneath the basket, and Jusak has that one tied up with Duvel, and Duvel holds on, and possession arrow favors the Falcons. Again, Duvel and Jusak, that should be a very fun matchup between those two. Just looking at it on paper, again, it's height. That should be the matchup. That should be a ton of fun. Zawacki has it. She goes underneath to Rudnitsky, and her shot is up and good for 2. Well, it's quickly tied at 4, and again, a 3-2 from the Falcons. Bolin, and again, under pressure, has to get rid of it, and not the greatest of passes, but it does wind up getting to Jusak. Now to Lottie. Now going across court to Bolin. Bolin. Head shakes, gives it off to Klepper now at the top of the key. Now over to Thiemann from the corner for Jusak. It's no good. And rebounded by Klepper, and her shot is up. And she's fouled, so she'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one's going to go against Rudnitsky of the Falcons. Her first team second. And Mallory Klepper at the line for 2. She had a tough night there on Friday, a little bit of an emotional night for her. She played so hard, but unfortunately she fouled out in that game there on Friday, and you could see the frustration on her face. She was upset to be fouled out, but she did have a pretty good game, and that was a tough game to be a part of as she goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And here come the Falcons. Rudnitsky has it on the pass. She drives inside. Shot is up, no good, and she's going to be fouled. I think Lottie's going to be the guilty Dragon, and she will. It'll be her first, team's first, and that will send Rudnitsky to the line for 2. First one is up and good from Rudnitsky. And that one's good as well. So she drops both of them in, and it's 6-5. Bolin under full court pressure. She's in trouble again. Can't get it to Klepper, or she could, but Klepper just couldn't hold on, and it goes through her hands. That will give it back to Foley. Yeah, Pine City has struggled kind of all season with the full court pressure. Although in one of the games, I forgot what game it was, but they really figured out a way around it in the second half and really turned things in their favor, and it looked good. Shot is up, no good. It was rebounded by Zawacki, stolen away by Klepper. Boland up the court to Jusak, and now inside to Klepper. Klepper, the turnaround shot, no good. Jusak is there for the rebound and put back for 2. Jusak got in great position after the missed shot. 7-6, and up the court goes Rudnitsky. Full court pressure. She gets rounded to Zawacki. Zawacki looks, wants to go inside, and left alone Osborne. Underneath now to Duval. Shot is up, no good. It's knocked out of bounds, and it will go to the Dragons as it was last touched by the Falcons. And an early timeout called here by Patrick Judd and the Pine City Dragons. Obviously, he sees something that he wants to either correct or that he wants to take advantage of, and that's one of the things that kind of sucks about being up here. I can't be in the huddle. I can't tell you what's going on, but that's also the reason why I'm up here, so that I can give you what I think is going on. So timeout called here by Pine City. It will be a minute, and while they take a timeout, we will as well. Back after word from our
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. The Dragons lead 7-6 at this point in time over the Falcons of Foley. That last time out called by Pine City. Again, seen something. I think Patrick Judd was taking that moment to talk with the girls about getting around this full court pressure. Again, in one of the games that I called for this Pine City girls team, in the first half, it was not pretty. They just couldn't find a way around it. Second half, they seemed like they had been getting around it all season long, and that it didn't even faze them. I mean, they moved through it like butter, really. They found a way through it. So they need to get back to that here in the beginning of this half. And again, the tough thing about Pine City, they get off to a little bit of a hot start. It seems to cool off. Then they come alive in the second half again, as a missed shot there from Jusak is rebounded by Zawacki. So Pine City's got to find a way to stay consistent all throughout the game. And again, they showed it against Ogilvie, so they do have the ability to do that. Underneath the basket, putting it up and in for 2 is Rudnitsky, and so far she's been their leading scorer. You might have to watch out for her. Bounce pass from Thiemann to Boland. Now back to Thiemann. Up the court, Jusak. She wanted Klepper. It's going to go behind her. That was a miscommunication on both of them. Jusak had the time to see that. I think Klepper was fading toward the corner, but Jusak put it a little bit behind her, so just a miscommunication there on both of them. 8-7, Dragons trail. Rudnitsky has it on the far side. She'll go inside to Duvel. Duvel, turnaround jumper's good. Make it 10-7 now, 13.5 to go in the first half. Jusak, she paused a moment. She didn't realize she was that open. I think she thought she was a little bit more covered than she was. And probably would have had an open lane all the way to the basket, but again, just didn't realize how open that she was. And Klepper will bounce that one home. Make it 10-9. Again, I haven't been able to call a Foley game yet this year, so this is the first time I'm seeing them. But again, I'm sure we'll see them in the playoffs. And again, this team just seems like it's heating up at the right time, and that's what coaches talk about, heating up right at the right time at the end of February. Stolen away by Boland. Thiemann on the fast break, and it's in for two. They lived and died by that for a good amount of time, and they're trying to get back to that. Far side, Rudnitsky for three. That's going to come up well short into the hands of Duvel with the rebound. Back on the near side for Zawacki for three. That's going to be off the mark. Jusak tips it out to Thiemann on the rebound. And Thiemann trying to get around one defender. Gets a screen from Lotte. Thiemann stops, gives it back to Lotte. Lotte over to Jusak now on the near side for Boland. Boland into Klepper. Klepper had it poked above her. Boland will recover and bring it and reset the offense. Now on the far side for Thiemann. It's going to come up just short. And she stepped on the line, and that will be Pine City's ball. So, grabbing the rebound was Addison Beyer, but she stepped on the baseline, and now checking in for the Foley Falcons is going to be number 25, Katie Mazacek, I believe is how you pronounce it. If there are any Foley fans listening, I apologize if that is completely wrong. Shot up no good, and the Falcons have it back. Mazacek has it. Shot is no good. She'll get her own rebound. Give it underneath to Rudnitsky. It's blocked by Jusak. She's got one. She's averaging, I think, 2 or 3 when I'm calling games. I think she's averaging 2 on the season. Klepper from 3. It's going to rattle out. Good box out by the Falcons. Beyer will get the rebound. It was kind of almost, I don't know, kind of drove Jusak back on the box out, but it was a good box out nonetheless. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Lotte on the shot from Duvel. Lotte will take it up the court. She'll hand it off to Boland. Boland gives it off far side to Klepper. Klepper into Jusak. Jusak trying to bully her way inside. Shot is up no good. Outside to Thiemann. Thiemann from the free throw line. No good. Lotte grabs the rebound. No good. And it will be rebounded by Duvel. Quickly up the court. Mazacek in for 2. 12-11. Good battle here so far. Lotte pulls it in on the pass from Boland. She'll give it back to Boland. They're starting to find a way around that full court pressure now, and they'll give it inside to Jusak, who drops it in for 2. She had 63 points, if you don't remember, on Friday. 63. I've seen 50 once. I've never seen 60 plus from 2 players. That's what happened as we get Mazacek, who scores for the Falcons, and a bad pass into some traffic taken away by Beyer. Then they're going to get Jusak on the foul, trying to just get that ball back, but a little too aggressive there. And now checking in Taylor Haney for the Dragons. And that's kind of what we see with Pine City. It seems like things start to snowball for them, and obviously hoping that doesn't happen here, but I imagine that's got to be in the back of their minds. It's you know, these games are just as mental as they are physical. That shot is up and good by a brand new player in the game, number 13. That's Kylie Stortkamp. And I didn't see what happened. Pine City going up the court. Haney with the foul. Then we also got one on Mazacek. And so we got double fouls there. One on the Falcons and one on Pine City, and because of it, it's going to be a jump ball, and it will be Pine City's ball. Also checking in for the Dragons is Paige Gray. I apologize for the silence there. I was just trying to listen in on what happened. So it was a double foul. Lati will inbound. Oh, that you can't have. Another pass that is just in traffic. It's not a good pass, and Mazicek will score because of it. That was, gotta have better pass selections there. They're passing it into traffic, I think, just because they're feeling the pressure. They know they got to get it off, but I think they're just, I don't know, I'm not sure. I think they're just getting a little too ahead of themselves. Rebound there on the missed shot from Jusak by Duvel. Now at the top of the key, I believe that's Zawacki with it. She'll give it off on the far side to Rudnitsky. Rudnitsky nearly has it knocked loose by Gray. Gray showing the defense. Duvel now has it into Rudnitsky. Shot is up. Rudnitsky scores for 2. Beautiful feed from Duvel. Pine City trails by 7. Up front to Jusak, and Jusak's going to be fouled by Duvel. So Duvel will pick up her first, team's 4th. 31 and 4 will check in. Of course, at 4 is Byer, and 31 for the Falcons. It's going to be Lillian Sachs. Or Such. Sachs, I think. Sometimes it's harder than it looks. But the Dragons do have it. Bolin will give it to Klepper. Klepper over to Jusak, and Jusak gets the friendly roll to drop for 2. It's 20-15. Under halfway here in this first half. Dragons trail by 5 now, but the Falcons looking to add on. And a nice drive to the basket. And shot there was no good. Nearly rebounded by Pine City, but they stepped on the baseline trying to get it. And it will stay with the Falcons. We're going to get a shoe tied here. Again, those laces are dangerous. I don't know if you've ever stepped on one on a basketball court, but man, are they slick. Inbound here will go to Sachs. Now over to Mazicek. Mazicek drives in. Blocked from behind by Jusak. There's 2. I believe she's averaging about 2 on the season. She's getting about 2 or 3 every game that I've been at, so I got to imagine she's averaging about that per game. Nice inbound there, and it's no good. And then allowing the rebound to Sachs, and luckily that pass goes awry, but Pine City, as of late, they've kind of struggled to get the rebounds defensively. And not so much grab them, just hold on to them, just keep hold of them. It seems like they struggle with that as of late. Still trying to figure out that full court pressure in the pass. That was a good pass. It was just tipped. It's going to be stolen away by Stortkamp. And stolen back by Mallory Klepper. And then a foul call here on Foley. I don't think the basket was good. So now we're going to have a discussion. I don't know if they'll call basket. I'm not sure. So no. Stortkamp with the foul. It'll be the team's 5th, her 1st, and Jusak is at the line for 2. Foley head coach Stortkamp not too happy with the call. And for Jusak, the first one is up and good. Checking back in for Stortkamp is going to be Rudnitsky. 8:11 to go. Dragons trail by 4 on that Brace orthodontic scoreboard with 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Shot is no good, and the rebound there by the Falcons and Byer. Shot, I don't know if that you can count a shot. I think it's a steal for Thiemann. Thiemann using that speed quickly up the court to Bolin. Thiemann left alone, long range 3, just off the mark, and Jusak going to pick up the rebound. She'll drop it in for 2. Nice job there by the Dragons, 20-18. On that Brace orthodontic scoreboard, their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care and friendly, comfortable atmosphere. Plus, they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Falcons have it, trying to get it inside. Zawacki outside to Byer. Byer had it blocked by Mallory Klepper. Again, Mallory Klepper slowly but surely stepping into the shoes of Carly Jusak. And she just might take over that spot next year. She looks like she's really already taken a step in that direction, especially later here in the season. It's been fun to watch. But Mazicek will get it inbounded. Oh, that one to no one, but somehow the Falcons still come up with it. Mazicek gets the pass back from Sachs. She'll look. She had Sachs for a moment. And falling on it, Klepper will pick up the steal. Thiemann trying to get the fast break point, but she'll be fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. We're going to drive towards the basket and get it to fall through. Well, they've tied it back up at 20, 7:05 to go, now 7 minutes. Quickly up the court, and a shot there from Sachs is no good. Boland going to pick up the rebound for Pine City. Moving it forward, Summer Thiemann will take the long 2. It's no good. Rebounded by Katie Mazicek. Good movement of the ball here for the Falcons. Zawacki has it. She'll give it outside. Nearly stolen away, poked out of bounds by Thiemann. Pass intended for Rudnitsky. Now Osborne and Duvel will check into the game for Mazicek and Sachs. 6:37 left here in the first half. On that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Life Force braces or Invisalign clear liners. Shot up, no good by the Falcons. Rebounded there by Jusak. Up the court they go. Jusak along 3 is going to come up well short. And a rebound there for Zawacki. I mean, Foley has done a great job on the defensive glass here in this first half. Good passing, and that will lead to a shot attempt. But no good from Osborne, rebounded by Jusak, and that was an emphatic rebound. She ripped it away from Osborne. A little bit of frustration being shown there, I think. Pass will now get to Thiemann up in the front court for the Dragons. Jusak has it. She'll give it to Boland. Boland trying to drive inside. It's knocked out and should stay with the Dragons. It will. Falcons got a hand on it. Lottie getting set to inbound. She does to Jusak. Jusak over to Boland. Boland to Thiemann. Now over to Klepper. Klepper on the far side with 9 seconds to shoot to Lottie. Lottie trying to go inside. She hits it back out. Thiemann's going to have to take a shot. Klepper with 1 second on the clock. Oh, it can't fall. And it's going to be rebounded by Osborne. So the Falcons got Pine City down to the wire, but Dragons got off the shot, but Klepper was just off. Zawacki looking, pass behind Osborne, and ripped away by Jusak. She just said, give me. Klepper's shot is, well, I thought it was blocked. Apparently it was not. They're going to get a foul here on the Falcons. They're going to get that one on Duvel, her second, team 7th. I think it's a shooting, so it will be 2 for Klepper. First one is up, and good by Mallory Klepper. Checking into the game for the first time here tonight for the Falcons is number 1, Lydia Anderson. And Klepper's good on both. So 22-20. Full court pressure here from the Dragons, but that leaves Zawacki open. Zawacki shifts her alignment to Duvel on the far side for Anderson. A long 3, just off the mark, and it's swatted over to Jusak for the rebound. Jusak up the court for Thiemann. Tries to get it back in, and it's going to be stolen away by Lydia Anderson. Pass just in front of her. Thiemann jogs back up the court. Pass to Mazicek now. She's looking to go inside. Shot is up and good by Rudnitsky. And she's got double digits, 10 points now to lead the Falcons. This ball nearly stolen away. Tough pass again, but Klepper pulls it down. Jusak gives it off far side to Thiemann. Thiemann looking to drive inside. She backs it out to Taylor Haney. Haney, will now dribble towards the top of the key. Gives it off to Boland. Boland gives it to Thiemann. Now back to Boland. Boland looking on the far side. She gives it to Jusak. Jusak trying to find some sort of lane to drive inside the paint, and it's knocked out of bounds by Duvel. And that's a block for Duvel. Again, That Jusak-Duvel matchup going to be fun. 9 seconds to shoot, though, when the Dragons get this ball inbounded. Haney will look. Inbounds to Thiemann. 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5 on the shot clock. He'll give it over to Jusak. Jusak from the free throw line. Can't drop it in, and that's going to be out of bounds. And it will go back to the Falcons. Jusak had one more second. She could have taken a second to maybe look at the basket a little bit longer and really examine the shot. But again, that pressure is on a little bit. So 4 minutes to go. Dragons and Falcons tied at 22. Quickly up the court, Duvel has it. She'll give it over, and a long two there from Anderson is good. Makes it 24-22 Falcons with under 4 minutes to go. Bolin will give it off on the far side to, oh my goodness, Thiemann tiptoes the sideline. She holds on to it. Now to Taylor Haney, who is long, and Lottie will grab the rebound. Almost lost it. Now to Bolin. Bolin for three! Brooke Boland. Big shot there to make it 25-24. Dragons needed that. Now Mazachek has it. Mazachek, oh, and she's going to be, well, she fell, but gave a little bit extra on that one, but she got the foul nonetheless. I think they got Boland on that one. Team's fourth, her first. Inbound here to Zawacki. Zawacki drifts to the near side. Wanted to go inside to Duvel, instead gives it off to Mazachek. Mazachek bounce pass out to Zawacki for three. That's off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Rudnitsky. Stolen away by Jusak. Wow, what a steal from Carly Jusak, the senior. Lottie gets the pass from Boland. Boland gets the ball back. She'll give it to Lottie once again, trying to go inside, and Jusak getting around Duvel. Now over to Thiemann. Thiemann inside. Lottie, reverse layup is good. Lottie with two more to make it 27-24, under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Here comes Rudnitsky. Rudnitsky trying to get around Thiemann. Thiemann now, or she gives it off to Zawacki, does Rudnitsky, excuse me. She'll go inside to Duvel. Duvel, shot up, no good. And it's Lottie who brings in the rebound. Lottie, believe it or not, leading the team in rebounds right now. Brooke Boland will bring it up the court for the Dragons, leading by 3 with 2.5 minutes to go in this first half on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Thiemann will give it over now to Lottie into the near side corner of Boland. Boland has it. Boland inside to Jusak. Jusak lost it, and it will be knocked out of bounds. They're going to say off of the knee of Jusak. So it will go back to the Falcons. Klepper will check in for Taylor Haney. A substitution for the Falcons as Stortkamp will check in for Rudnitsky. A little deeper bench here for the Falcons. In fact, a lot of teams, most teams have a deeper bench than Pine City this year. That could very much change next year. Stortkamp struggling to get this one up, but she finds Mazachek. Mazachek stops, gives it off now to Stortkamp. A long two. That's going to be no good. And Jusak, another emphatic rebound as she pulls that one in. Boland pass up the court to Thiemann. A little bit of a dangerous one, but Thiemann pulls it in. Now on the far side for Klepper. Back to Thiemann. It's knocked out and stolen away there by Stortkamp. And she'll give it off. That one's going to be knocked, kept alive, and wow, great effort there by the Falcons, but Boland is just at the right place at the right time for the steal. So Boland will give it back to the Dragons. Inside, Thiemann, back out. And that shot is up and no good. It's Mallory Klepper who comes up with the rebound. Oh, and can drop it in for two. Beautiful rebound by Klepper, but just didn't have enough on that one for two. And then a long two here from Lydia Anderson. No good. Duvel. She'll get it and put it back in for two. The rebound there. I think that was Stortkamp on the rebound. Here come the Dragons up in the front court now. Thiemann has it. She'll give it over to Klepper. And to Boland again. Boland gets by the defender. Shot is up, no good, but Jusak gets the rebound back. Boland gives it over to Lottie. Lottie for three. Oh, it's out! Rims out, and Klepper trying to get that rebound. It's touched out of bounds by the Falcons. And, oh, they're going to say it was touched out by Pine City after rethinking about it, apparently. So under a minute to go. Dragons lead by 1, 27-26, 45 seconds left on that clock. Falcons trying to get that last basket. Mazicek has it. I think they'll be a little bit more patient. Well, no, excuse me, Lydia Anderson. Holy cow. Over a defender, Lydia Anderson. You know, the Falcons are being aggressive, so if Pine City wants to, should have been a foul there on Thiemann. It wasn't. They did not get the foul on Duvel. They let her get away with that one. But Pine City has it. They'll probably take the last shot here of the half, or try to anyways, unless they find a wide open shot in which you kind of can't give those up. Bolin for three, far side, off the mark. Shot is up, rebounded by Lottie, put back by Klepper for two. And that'll be it. The full court shot is going to be short. So the Dragons wind up tying it here before half on a tough rebound by Lottie. She got it and gave it to Klepper. And we're tied at half, 29 apiece between the Dragons and the Falcons. This is an important game here for Dragons. It's basically a playoff game. It is basically a playoff game between these two teams. I mean, they're in the same section. They're both in the top 8. This is basically a playoff game for the Dragons, and they are getting everything from the Falcons here tonight. We're going to take a commercial break here. Word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap the first half of action between these two teams. Of course, tied at 29 at halftime on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com.
Your
Back
journey
after
to
word from our
smile
fine
with your
sponsors.
forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
AOML. BRB. B4N.
Period O2.
BF.
143.
AAK.
1 a.m.
Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are two teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP deals guy can translate.
This week, grab $10 tickets to the Duluth Sports Show. Grilling seminars from Mad Dog and Merrill. Dexter the dog that learned to walk like a human, and more. Only $10.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG, TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji.
Everyone knows there are great places to play in northwestern Wisconsin, but did you know there are great places to work? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is just outside of Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and offers numerous career options with a wide variety of responsibilities, schedules, and growth opportunities. Some positions may include CDL driver, cheese production, and seasonal workers. Burnett Dairy Cooperative has competitive wages, 401k, profit sharing, and many other great benefits. Be part of our herd. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at EmbraceMN.com. That's EmbraceMN.com.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
AOML.
BRB.
B4N.
Period O2.
BF.
143.
AAK.
1 a.m.
Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are two teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP deals guy can translate.
This week, Grab $10 tickets to the Duluth Sports Show. Fishing seminars, hundreds of exhibitors. You can even get your deer scored. All for only $10.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG, TTYL, money sign, heart emoji.
Introducing the Red Runner 2017 Deluxe Firewood Processor. This Canadian-assembled, all-in-one, towable firewood solutions capable of producing 3 face cords per hour. The Red Runner comes equipped with a powerful 18-inch Oregon chainsaw bar, 10-foot-long adjustable conveyor, 2, 4, or even 6-way adjustable splitter head. Fits logs up to 12 feet long and 16 inches in diameter. This high-performance personal firewood processor is powered by a Honda GX390 industrial engine, found only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. The halftime score between the Foley Falcons and the Pine City Dragons sitting at 29 apiece. These two teams again play in the same section of 6AA and also are sitting in prime positions for home playoff games once the playoffs do start. So for both these teams, it's an important section matchup. Again, playoffs start at the end of this month. Come Thursday, will be 2 weeks. I can't get over the fact that we're only 2 weeks away from playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. That is just insane to me. But yes, come Thursday, this Thursday, we will be 2 weeks away from girls basketball playoffs. It is just nuts to me to think that we are only that far away from playoffs. It shouldn't be that way. I feel like we've only begun the season. I'm not ready for the season to end. But all good things must come to an end, as I said in the pregame. But, yeah, for these two teams, again, Pine City ranked 4th in Section 6AA. For the Foley Falcons, they're in 6th place right now. So a win here for the Falcons would do wonders for them and their standings. And, again, the higher the seed that you have in the playoffs, the lower the seed you'll get at St. John's University if you win your first round game. Again, it's playoffs. Crazy things happens in the playoffs. As we take a look at the playoffs for Pine City, well, they would play, let's see, it wouldn't be the 16, wouldn't be 15, 14. So they play the 13th team right now. And let's see, up 4 from that would be Osaka. So, again, a team who may not be having the season they would hope, but still probably going to be a tough team. For Foley, they would play the 6th team, which would be Malacca. And they've already beat Malacca once this year, trying to make it twice this week. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what happens here between these two teams as we move forward forward in the season, I should say, as we get closer and inch closer to the playoffs. But yeah, not really inching closer anyways. We're full bore head first into the playoffs here pretty darn quick. But taking a look at those first half stats for you here tonight for the Foley Falcons, they were led in scoring by Adeline Rudnitsky with 10, then 6 for Katie Mazachek. Again, if Foley Falcon fans are listening and that is not how you pronounce her last name, I apologize. Doing my best. Then 5 from Lydia Anderson, 4 from Ella Duvel, and 2 from Kylie Stortkamp and Kira Osborne. They were led in rebounding by Byer with 4, and then 3 for both Duvel and Zawacki. They were 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and that was from Rudnitsky. And then they had 6 steals, 1 block, and 7 team fouls. They were led in steals by Stortkamp and Rudnitsky, both with 2. On the other side for the Pine City Dragons, they were led in scoring by Carly Jusak with 11, 9 for Mallory Klepper, 4 for Vivian Lottie, 3 for Brooke Boland, and 2 from Summer Thiemann. They were 4 of 6 from the charity stripe in that first half. Not bad. Not bad. If they can keep that up here in the second half, that would be huge. They had 8 team steals. 3 of them came from Mallory Klepper. They had 3 blocks, 2 from Jusak and 1 from Klepper, and only 4 team fouls. So, looking at that first half for both these teams, Foley, they might not have been able to run their full offense the way they would have liked to, but I still think they're in a really good spot for themselves here in the second half because, again, they did have a few streaky moments in which they looked like they could be, I don't want to say unstoppable, but they could go on a little bit of a run from Pine City. But Pine City, one thing we've noticed, it's been unfortunate, but and a quick start, then they kind of fizzled out, and then the second half's been great. In that first half, we didn't see that happen. We didn't see the kind of snowball effect where it was a bad pass after bad pass, and then they took shots without looking at the basket, or they rushed the shots, or they just didn't play their offense. Whatever it was, we didn't see that snowball effect here in this half for the Dragons. So that has got to be a much improved look for the Dragons, especially for head coach Patrick Judd, where he's got to be sitting there thinking to himself, man, it didn't look like before. We didn't snowball like we have in the past. We stayed in it. We played our offense, and that's what led us getting back to this tie. So for both these teams, I think they need to continue what they're doing. I really don't see any change needed. If you're Foley, obviously you're going to have to make Jusak a prime person to defend. Then you've got Klepper, but that's the problem, is if you go off on her, well, then you've got other girls that can shoot it from outside, like Lottie, Bolin, Klepper. Literally, the rest of the team for Pine City can shoot it from outside. But that's what you're going to have to try and do, because you can't let Jusak live underneath the basket. For Pine City defensively, they're going to have to watch that 3-ball. Although Foley only hit 1 from long range from Lydia Anderson, they showed the want, the will, and the ability to take shots from the outside. And I think here in the second half, Foley's going to start to utilize that a little bit more and start to try and capitalize on those shots as well. 18 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard here in the second half. The team at Embrace believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program. Plus, they have 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Foley will begin the second half with the ball, and it will be Byer with it. Byer looks, she gives it off near side to Zawacki. Zawacki, a little dribble. Oh, nice spin move on Bolin. Zawacki almost got away with the travel there. She did get it off in time. Gives it over to Rudnitsky. Now back to Osborne. Osborne, bounce pass to Byer. Byer into the corner here for Rudnitsky for 3. And there again, I mentioned it. They're trying to open that shot up from long range, and they will there. And that's I think she got that off before the travel, but they will say she didn't. But meanwhile, Jusak rebounded the ball. It was on the floor for a few seconds. Neither team could see it. She got it, and she had a little bit of a struggle holding on to it. Once she did, she passed it, but they say she traveled before she did, and now she's going to steal the inbound. So Jusak with the steal. She says, give me that. Oh, and then Klepper can't get the clean pass from Thiemann. Ball is on the floor. Klepper comes up with it, and Vivian Lati has it on the far side. Wow, what a battle there from Klepper. That was all effort from Klepper. She wanted it more. Thiemann will have it. She'll give it to Jusak. Now to Lati on the far side. Klepper has it. Klepper looking. She'll give it off on the near side to Jusak from 3. It's good! Carly Jusak hits it from long range. She says, I see you guys want to try and hit it from long range. Well, here's how. But obviously, again, I'm telling you, I think the Falcons are going to try that much harder to get those long-range shots. Rudnitsky gives it off on the near side here to Zawacki. It's a long 2, so a version of the long-range shot, but it's missed, and Jusak will pick up the rebound. Meanwhile, 2 players with 7 rebounds for the Dragons in that first half, Lati and Jusak. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I will now, and it's been fun to watch those 2. A long shot there missed by Klepper, and Bolin racing after it was hip bumped out of the way a little bit by the Foley Falcon defender. Whatever you can do to keep her from getting the ball. I like the move. Make sure she can't get there. Now again, getting away with a stiff arm is Zawacki. She definitely got the arm in there, the elbow almost, and a shot there is good by Rudnitsky. And Bolin will get it over to Thiemann. Thiemann up to Jusak, over to Lati. Lati back inside to Jusak. Jusak, a high shot off the backboard, falls in for 2. They get 34-31. Here come the Falcons again. It's Rudnitsky with it. She looks, trying to get the offense up, gives it over to Byer. Byer goes to Zawacki. Zawacki gets around Jusak. Shot is up and good, plus the foul. So Zawacki will go to the line for the possible 3-point play. And if you're the Dragons, that's exactly what you didn't need. Vivian Lati called for the foul. And so she's going to shoot 2? Because it's a secondary defender foul. No, so she's... Okay, so it's going to be a 3-point play. Yeah, I wasn't sure how that one was going to work, but it's a 3-point play. Okay. So it's just like a normal 3-point play, but they call it a secondary defender foul. And, oh my goodness, that pass redirected, and it falls in the lap of Lottie, and then Thiemann has it on the far side for 3. 37-34. Thiemann coming back with a 3-point play of her own the right way. And then the pass there from Rudnitsky to Byer. Now 2 there from Zawacki. Looks like Foley wants to get Zawacki going here in this second half. Bolin to Klepper to Jusak. It's a little in front of her, and it should be Pine City ball. It will be. That was last touched out of bounds by Foley. And now we're going to get a word from one of the referees. I think they might have found a wet spot, maybe? Oh, looks like they got it cleaned up with their shoes, at least. Or maybe some popcorn on the court, it looks like. Inbound pass to Bolin, now to Jusak inside. Thiemann in the corner, now gives it to Klepper. Klepper delivering it inside to Jusak. Had it blocked there by Duvel. That's her second. And Thiemann up the court. She gets the steal, can't hold on to it. She keeps it alive, and it'll be stolen right back by the Falcons. Zawacki. And she takes to the basket, won't get it to fall. Rebound there for Bolin. Thiemann up the court. Oh, a foul. They're going to get the foul. They just a little late on the whistle. Thiemann on the fast break gets fouled, and that's going to be Duvel's third. So Thiemann will go to the line to shoot 2. 1 team foul now on each team. Thiemann's first one, no good. They were 4 of 6 in that first half from the free throw line. So good a sub here for the Falcons. And in for the first time here tonight is going to be number 21, and that's Lindy Peschel. No good there on the shot from Thiemann. A rare double miss on the free throws by Thiemann. She's usually nearly perfect from the free throw line. That time, not the case. Mazicek has it. She'll give it inside here to Zawacki. They're trying to get her going. She'll give it outside now to Peschel. Back to Zawacki. Shot is up, no good, and race for the rebound is going to be won by Summer Thiemann. She'll give it off to Boland. Boland will settle things down and give it off to Klepper. Back to Boland. They'll reset the offense now. And a 3 there from Boland off the mark. And Zawacki with the rebound. And in for 2 there from Byer for the Falcons. And Pine City, again, hot start there, but just seemed to be cooling off a little bit. But they give it inside to Jusak for 2. And we'll trade 1-point leads. 39-38, Pine City with it. And Falcons are back up the court. Mazicek gives it off on the far side to Rudnitsky. That's going to be well off the mark. But an easy rebound there from Mazicek for 2. That's going to be no good. They're going to call Lottie, I guess, for the foul. Be her third, and Taylor Haney will check in for her. Inbound to Zawacki, blocked by Jusak. And it will go out of bounds, but Jusak gets yet another block, her third of the game. And she knew right what was happening. She knew the exact play that was coming. She just stood in place and knocked that one away. And the Foley Falcons will now take a timeout. This timeout looks like it'll be the 30-second variety. So with that, we'll take a look at that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard where the Dragons have a 1-point lead, 39-38. Embrace Embrace Orthodontics. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Find out more at embracemn.com. So Pine City currently 1-point lead over Foley again. This might as well be a playoff game between these two teams just because both are in the top 6 of the section. Both more than likely to get a home game, but let's not say that quite yet. Both these teams, their last 3 are going to be tough. They're not going to be easy. Over on 95.5 FM KBEK, the second game of that doubleheader between Bram and Uppsala. The boys lead, it looks like, in the first half for Bram, 23-21. Try and keep you updated on that one. Foley will get to inbound here. They do to Zawacki. Zawacki gives it instead outside to Peschel. I thought she had a chance for the reverse layup, but not the case. And now they're going to get Taylor Haney on the foul. Her second. Team's third. Foley will inbound and stolen away by Carly Jusak. She's looking for the fast break opportunity. Lets the defender jump and go by, and she drops it in for 2. So she may not be on pace for 60-plus points tonight, but still having a good night. Ball pass forward and too far in front for Mazicek, and it will go back to the Dragons. They're trying to get that fast break opportunity. Are the Falcons trying to move the pace a little bit, just trying to get the Dragons on their heels, but they could not there, and Dragons will get it back on a turnover. Jusak gets the double team, splits the double team, that's how you say it. She'll give it off to Thiemann on the far side for 3. That's going to be off the mark. And Gray trying to swat the rebound out, but Peschel will come up with the rebound for Foley. She looks, she wants to go to Zawacki. Almost a travel, but she just got it off in time. Thiemann guarding Zawacki, and then underneath for 2 for Rudnitsky. She's left alone. Can't leave her alone. She's been clutch here tonight. She's made some really nice shots. Thiemann pass to Gray, was tipped by a Foley defender and stolen away by Zawacki. Then up the court here to Rudnitsky for 2. Yep, that's the pace of this Falcon team. That's what they want to do. That is the pace in which they want to play, and so far so good. Thiemann, again, that pass was tipped. Dragons have got to find some better passing lanes here. Just not the cleanest, and then a shot there, no good. Zawacki with the rebound. This is where the Falcons want to be playing. And 2 there for Peschel. Quick pass up the court. They drop it in for 2. This is exactly how Foley wants to be playing right now. And that forces a timeout from Pine City. Oh, my. This is kind of what has been Pine City's thorn in their side, so to speak. I can't think of the other phrase to say. Unfortunately, this has kind of been how the last couple of weeks have been going. They get on a little bit of a streak, and then all of a sudden they start to snowball, unfortunately. And I think some of it is they see the points going up so quickly on the other side for the opposing team that they think, I got to go down and score. We got to go match that. Well, you don't need to match so quickly. You can take your time. Settle into your offense. I remember one time when they did that, and the Dragon players, I forgot who I interviewed, but she came up and said, we just didn't play a good half. We didn't play Dragon basketball. We went back into the locker room, we talked about it, and Coach Judges told us, play Dragon basketball. They came out, and we played Dragon basketball, and we did well. And I wish I remembered better of who I interviewed, but I want to say it was Boland, and yeah, I think right now Pine City just needs to get back to Dragon basketball. They're just rushing things right now, and that seems to be what they kind of do when the pressure's on. That's just a good play, though. Stolen away by Byer, and now Zawacki. No, it's Rudnitsky again. Not what you want to have if you're Pine City right out of the timeout. Thiemann thought about 3, pulls it down, gives it to Klepper, now to Boland. Boland to Lottie, going inside to Jusak. Jusak has it knocked out by Zawacki. It will stay with the Dragons. It was knocked out by Zawacki. Lottie will inbound to Boland, far side for 3. It's well off the mark. Zawacki, another rebound. they've got her going here in this second half, and that's kind of been their game plan. Rudnitsky has it. She'll give it to Zawacki. Now, even though Zawacki only has 5 points, she's kind of been running things for Foley at this point. Rudnitsky, obviously the leading scorer, but man, Zawacki, you've really kind of seen a difference in her play. And an easy 2 there. That was too easy. Miscommunication somewhere on defense, and right now, pass to Mallory Klepper. The Dragons just kind of feeling it. They're just feeling the effects of this Foley team. Foley has a 7-point lead. Klepper will go to Lottie. Lottie has it knocked out from behind by Zawacki, and like I said, Zawacki is feeling it. Pine City just right now doesn't seem to know what's going on, and it's kind of like a boxing match. They've gotten dazed by one of the hits. Thiemann a 3 is good. Well, that will definitely help. So it was a 7-point deficit. That'll trickle it down to 4. But here come the Falcons again, and again the Falcons seem to have everything going their way right now. Pass inside to Zawacki. Should have been a steal, but Pine City just couldn't get their hands on it. Mazicek, shot is up, no good. And Pine City, they do manage to get the rebound. Klepper will get it, and she passes it over to Lottie behind her, but Lottie manages to pull it in to Bolin, now to Jusak, inside to Klepper. Klepper, no, my goodness! An unfriendly bounce, and it's rebounded there by Peschel. Wow. Bounce just doesn't go the way of the Falcons or of the Dragons, and the Falcons get it back. What a play there for Foley. And Zawacki driving, gets fouled. Jusak. No good on the shot is Zawacki. So picking up that foul for Pine City was Jusak. It is her second, and we'll get a few substitutions here for Pine City. Zawacki, no good on both. That should definitely help Pine City, but not so as Mazicek gets the rebound for Foley, and then a timeout there by the Falcons. Oh my goodness. Again, like I've been mentioning, Pine City just has just been struggling. I don't like saying not been doing a good job because that seems to suggest they're not trying and they're not giving effort, but they've just seemed to be struggling. They're struggling to grab rebounds as of late, and I'm not sure what it is. I mean, give credit to these teams, though. Foley tonight has been doing a great job of boxing out Jusak. Jusak is one of their biggest rebounders, and they have done a great job of boxing her out. Simply put, they're just doing a phenomenal job of making sure she can't get near the net for a rebound. I mean, they're doing a terrific job, and it's not just one player guarding Jusak. It's multiple players boxing out Jusak. Foley has done a phenomenal job tonight of boxing her out. But Pine City's going to have someone else step out. They did in that first half. Lottie had 7 rebounds. She's going to have to find a way around to get some more rebounds. Klepper, who's also showed the ability to rebound, they're going to have to find a way for her to get around and grab a few rebounds, because right now Foley's well out-rebounding Pine City in the rebound category, and it'll be another foul. Zawacki trying to get to the basket, but I think that's going to be on Klepper, and if so, it'll be her first. Yeah. And Zawacki to the line to shoot 2. Now, she missed both the last time she went to the line, but this is also a second opportunity, and they lead by 4 already. Pine City now, by the way, that's their 5th team foul. Zawacki will get that one home. So again, that one falls through for Zawacki. 9:48 to go, 5-point lead for Foley. And that one going to rim out. Rebounded by Jusak, and man, Pine City struggling to hold on to the ball here as Thiemann, a shot from 3 going to be no good, and just in the perfect place, Lydia Anderson rebound for Foley. Up the court go the Falcons. They slow it down. Anderson will get the pass from Mazicek. They want Zawacki. They're feeding her the ball as of late, and now they'll go inside Duvel. Duvel inside Anderson. Drops it in for 2. Yeah, Pine City's got to find a spark somewhere. They need a spark, and they need it quick. Jusak pass to Thiemann, back to Thiemann. Now over to Lottie, to Thiemann. Thiemann driving inside, shot is up and off the mark, and Mazachek with the rebound. Pine City's going to have to find the bottom of the basket because, I mean, Foley's just grabbing every single rebound. Shot there from 3, no good. But, of course, the Foley Falcons get the rebound. Put it up and in for 2. Pine City just can't seem to buy a rebound at this point. A lob shot up to Haney. It's out of bounds. And frustration is rising for Pine City, and you can tell just something is just off right now, and they just can't get themselves, or they need a spark somewhere. They need to find that spark, and they need to run with it because, man, Foley is in rhythm. I mean, it's simple. They are just in rhythm. Lydia Anderson has it. She'll give it over to Storkamp now on the far side for Rudnitsky. Now over to Osborne. Osborne inside. That's going to be off of Storkamp, and Pine City will get it back. Now maybe they can get something rolling, get something back going their way as they trail by 9, 53-44 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Find out more at embracemn.com. Full court pressure getting to Pine City. They nearly have that one stolen away, but somehow Thiemann comes up with it. She delivers it to Lottie. It's poked out from Jusak over to Lottie now. She picks it up. She'll get it over to Klepper. Klepper will deliver it to Boland. Boland gives it off to Thiemann. Thiemann for 3. It's off the mark. And again, another rebound there for Foley. Storkamp will be the young lady who gets the rebound. Top of the key, 3 for Anderson. She instead pulls it down. Will drive inside on Boland. Shot is up, no good. But again, Osborne gets the rebound that time. Stolen away by Boland. Stolen right back by Osborne. Shot is up, no good. Thiemann with the rebound. Jusak inside. And we'll get a foul call there on the Falcons. It's going to be on Storkamp, her second, team's second. So it'll just be an inbound for Pine City, trailing by 9 with 7:33 to go. Lottie lob in to Boland. Boland tight ropes the sidelines to Klepper, to Boland. Now back to Klepper, to Boland. Trying to get something open from 3. Klepper to Boland again. Boland delivers. They needed that. They were going to work one of those two from the get-go. They said it's going to be one of you, and one of you is going to take the shot. They were not budging on that play call right there, and I like it. A shot there, no good. Jusak, big rebound for the Dragons. Maybe finally something pulling the Dragons' way. Lottie just gets into the front court as that pass gets to her. Whew, that was close. Lottie will set the offense. She looks, gives it off to Jusak. Jusak a long 3. That's going to be off the mark, and it's one of those plays where you just feel like, man, maybe a better look somewhere else as it's rebounded on the far side by Rudnitsky. With it now, Storkamp. Storkamp trying to drive on Gray. Paige Gray knocked it out. Almost a steal. And Rudnitsky will get it on the pass from Storkamp. Now top of the key here for Osborne. Osborne trying to get around Klepper. She gives it off far side to Lydia Anderson. Anderson gives it off to Duvel. Duvel driving inside. Shot is up. That's foul on Jusak as Duvel missed, but Jusak is called for the foul. That'll be her third. That's a tough one. As Duvel at the line now for 2. 16 foul for Pine City. Shot is up and good from Duvel. Now only 4 points on the game, but she has provided some good defense and has also done a good job working against Carly Jusak. Now she hasn't just guarded Jusak, but when she has, she's done a really good job. Duvel, good on both. 2 of 2 there for Ella Duvel. 7-point lead now for the Falcons as Boland will get the inbound. Again, full court pressure. That's what Dragons have struggled with. Quick passing. And Jusak gets it inside from Thiemann. Drops it in for 2. 55-49. So 6-point lead. It was an 8-point lead. Excuse me. It was a moment before they put that point up. So Zwacky has it for the Falcons. She'll go inside. Shot is up there by Stortkamp. It's, again, a case where the Falcons can't miss right now. Yeah, give them credit. Bolin, under pressure, she gives it to Jusak. Jusak, she's double-teamed. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball there. That a little quick on that one. Either way, possession arrow does point the Dragons' way, but woo, that was a really quick whistle there. 57-49, 5.5 minutes to go. Dragons trail by 8. Klepper with it. She'll give it off to Lottie. Going to get a hold on Mazacek there. Their team's third foul. Lottie getting set to inbound. She gets it to Klepper. Klepper, the turnaround lob is in for 2. Nice, good-looking shot there from Mallory Klepper. I mean, she battled that whole possession. And now Vivian Lottie trying to keep it alive. Couldn't quite do it. Lottie in great position for the steal. Just could not keep herself in bounds. Great effort, though, from the Dragons. And now it looks like we'll get a timeout here by Patrick Judd and the Dragons. We'll wait and see. It will be Pine City, so they'll be left with 2. And while they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. You're listening to Girls Basketball.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Hey, you looking for a reliable propane supplier? Look no further than Burnett Dairy Propane. Proud to serve you, providing top-notch propane services all year round, offering convenient delivery options and flexible payment plans that suit your schedule and budget. Trust the experts in the field, Burnett Dairy Propane. Call them today at 715-689-1032 or visit them online at burnettdairy.com. Burnett Dairy Propane, your dependable propane partner.
Back here on WCMP, out of the Pine City timeout, 5:15 left. Dragons trail 57-51. Falcons have done a really good job here in this one. It's been a really good game from them just team-wise, team all around. They've done a great job. Falcons will inbound out of the timeout. To Zwacky. Again, she is really feeling the rhythm here in the second half. She'll get the pass back from Storkamp. Storkamp lining up on the perimeters. And so I don't know how in the world that one fell, but my goodness. Wow. That one fell through. It shouldn't have, but man, she got a nice roll on it. And Zwacky for 2, 59-51. Foley extends their lead to 8 once again. Thiemann gives it to Jusak. Jusak now over to Lottie. Thiemann inside, shot up too much on it, and rebounded by Storkamp. And Foley will bring it back the other way, trying to make it double digits with this one, and left alone and easy two for Byron. A 10-point difference. Another pass that is knocked out of bounds by Foley. I mean, Pine City has not had anything open pass-wise. Everything has just been, I mean, they've found hand after hand after hand in the passing lane. They're going to have to throw some pump fakes or something because Foley's is simply telegraphing these passes, and there's a steal for Rudnitsky. She knew exactly what was coming. I mean, it looked like she was in the Pine City huddle right there. My goodness, what a steal. Olin will give it to Jusak, trying to get it into Lottie. That was a dangerous pass, but Lottie pulls it in, and then Thiemann no good on the three, and Zwacky with the rebound. And this is probably part of the game where Foley will start to slow things down a bit. They lead by 12. Excuse me, this pass to Zwacky. Zwacky somehow pulls it down. And, of course, the shot falls. I only say that because, my goodness, I mean, they're getting bounce, and it falls in. Awkward angles. It's just everything is going their way right now. And here comes Pine City. Still giving everything. Going inside, Jusak. Jusak back outside. Lottie, top of the key. Now to Klepper. Klepper to Lottie. Lottie looking, reset the offense. She'll give it to Klepper now. Klepper over to Thiemann. Now with under 10 seconds to shoot. Jusak driving in. Shot is good. And it's down to 12. But here comes Zwacky. Really late whistle on that one. They're going to get Lottie for it, her fourth. That was an extremely late whistle. But either way, it will send Zwacky to the line for two. And now Pine City, with 7 team fouls, puts Foley in the bonus. And Zwacky, no good on that one. And Zwacky drops the second one through. So 1 of 2 that time. 66-53. Quickly up the court, Lottie. Fast break opportunity, no good, and Byer with the rebound. And my goodness. For Foley, just a great night of basketball for Pine City. Just couldn't get into their rhythm offensively. And Foley deserves credit. I mean, they were phenomenal on the boards, and that's really, I think, the difference here. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Jusak, defending Rudnitsky. Inbound here to Zwacky. Now under 10 seconds on the shot clock. She'll give it off, and it's knocked out by Thiemann. Thiemann with the steal. Klepper for 3. That's good. 10-point deficit, but there goes Zwacky. Zwacky, and she'll settle things down. Yeah, the Foley Falcons are just right now going to kind of settle down, not rush anything on offense, try and take some time. And you can see there, a shot wasn't taken by Mazachek. She could have, but they'll slow things down offensively, take as much time off the clock as they can, and try and roll them out of here with a win. Under 10 to shoot now, and now they'll get a shot. Is that a 3? It's a 3 or a long 2 from Zwacky. A 3 on that far side. That was a sidestep 3. Oh, another bad pass. Byer with the steal. Shot is up. No good. Zrudnitsky somehow gets the rebound. We get a timeout called here by Foley. Oh, my. 69-56. Dragons trail on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. 1:13 left. We'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Plus, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. So the Dragons in very much danger of dropping their second straight, something they haven't done in a while. They don't drop too many in a row. And this would be the first time they've dropped one right after the next in some time. I mean, and sadly with this loss, they will not get to 20 wins this year. Again, all milestones this team wants to accomplish year after year, but that has nothing to do with the team's character, nothing like that, nothing about their effort. Just simply tonight, the Foley Falcons seem to be the better team. $13-point deficit, and we've got under a minute and a half to go, 1:13. So might still be time, but you'd have to work awfully quick. It'd have to be 3 after 3 after 3, and then you still need 5 possessions. 4 only gets you 12. I mean, you could, well, no. So Zwacky will get the inbound pass, and she'll bring it out to the logo to slow things down, and this one sadly coming to its close, and unfortunately Pine City They can foul, but trying to get the steal more than anything. So under a minute, and Pine City will fall for the second time in a row. 4 seconds to shoot, and they'll get it over to Zawacki. Oh, almost in, and no good. Rebounded by Klepper. Boland just to the near side. She'll give it to Lottie. Lottie gets around the defender now to Klepper, now to Boland. Boland inside Jusak, and they leave her alone, and Jusak will drop it in for 2. 69-58, and there we go. Shot clock is off, and that will more than likely be the final. So, that's Rudnitsky. Well, Thiemann will add a little bit of justice here. She'll get fast break point there for 2, and that should do it. That will be it. So the final here in this one, the Foley Falcons get the victory over Pine City, 69-60. We'll take a commercial break, hear a word from our fine sponsors. Then when we come back, we'll recap this game and let you know what's coming up for both of these teams down the stretch, the final stretch of the regular season. You're listening to Girls Basketball
The saga
on
continues.
WCMP.
We now know with certainty that Kidney Stone will return for Season 5, Part 2, its final episodes, in November 2024. The same love story.
No one messes with my girl.
Oh, Bip, I love you.
Trying to save the ranch.
It's got the best pull shed in Kanabec County.
And of course,
This week, get a $25 gift card to Doc's Sports Bar and Grill in Sturgeon Lake. Almost half off. Or you're going to the train station.
Let's take him to the train station.
WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. Save now, but wait to watch what used to be your favorite show and everybody was talking about it, and now it's kind of lost its momentum.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Aw, man.
Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Most days, I don't know what to do with myself.
I try to be the strong one for my buddies, but I don't know if I'm going to make it through the week.
He has night terrors about it.
The lack of fresh powder for snowmobile season can be devastating, but taking your mind off the subject can help.
This week, get a Whitney's Country Cafe $15 certificate for only $7.50. Wow, that's half off.
Visit WCMPradio.com/deals to help take your mind away from just pinning it or hitting your favorite curve before the ditch. WCMPradio.com/deals. Hang in there, buddy.
So that is it here in Pine City for the girls' basketball season. Now they're not done. This is just the final home game of the season. So the Pine City Dragons fall to the Foley Falcons 69-60. Taking a look at the game, the stats, the leaders for the Foley Falcons. Rudnitsky had 20 for the Falcons, and then 14 from Macy Zawacki, all coming in the second half. A fantastic second half for her. 9 from Lydia Anderson, 6 from Mazachek and Duvel, and then he had 4 from Storkamp and Byer, and then 2 from Osborne as well. Rebound-wise leading the way was Zawacki with 7, 5 from Byer, and 4 from Rudnitsky and Mazachek. They were 5 of 9 from the free throw line here in the second half, 7 of 11 overall. They had 12 total steals, 6 in each half, 2 blocks, 1 in each half, and 10 team fouls, 7 in the first and 3 in the second. For the Pine City Dragons, leading the way was Carly Jusak with 26 points, then 14 from Mallory Klepper, 10 from Summer Thiemann, and 4 from Vivian Lottie. Jusak, again, another double-double. She had 11 rebounds here tonight, 7 from Vivian Lottie, and 4 from Summer Thiemann. They are 0 of 2 here in the second half from the free throw line, 4 of 8 overall. They had 14 total steals, 8 in the first, 6 in the second, 4 total blocks, 3 in the first and 1 in the second, and 11 team fouls, 4 in the first and 7 here in the second. So for these two teams, it is the end, well, not the end, but closing in on the end of the regular season. For Pine City, again, they'll have 3 more games all on the road. This was the senior night. This was the final regular season home game of the year. The next 3 don't get any easier. They'll travel to Malacca, to Proctor, and to Royalton. Malacca towards the bottom of the pack in the section, but again, it's just because the section is so packed with talent. Then they'll play Proctor at 17-5, who's a top 10 ranked team. And then they'll play Royalton, who we talked about. Royalton is in Pine City's section. So another section game for Pine City. And you might as well call it a playoff game for Pine City. Now, Foley could jump as much into Pine City spot in that 4th place spot. So nothing is given here. But with Pine City, 2 out of their last 3 are section games. And Royalton, 13-8, they're not a ranked team, in the top 10, but they're still in a good spot to also have a home playoff game. So Pine City, they really need to get a win here in these last 3 games as they drop this one to 16-7 on the year. It'll be the first time in a while in which this Dragon team does not get to 20 wins on a season. It's a rarity, but it'll be the first time in a while for the Pine City Dragons. But again, as we mentioned for Foley, they could jump up into Pine City spot after a win over Pine City. So there's a lot to be said for Foley right now. Foley is, again, getting hot at the right time this season, and they're moving up the ranks right now. Foley is coming in hot at the end of this season, as now they improved to 12-9, and again, just getting hot at the right time, and that is the Falcons. They are doing just that. So both these teams will end their seasons here very shortly. Yeah, they both only got 3 games left for the Foley Falcons. Their next 2 are on the road at Pequot Lakes and Malacca. Then they'll get to host Mora for the regular season finale. So it's going to be a race to the finish for both of these teams. And then 2 weeks from this Thursday, we'll have playoffs. Yes, playoffs begin 2 weeks from this Thursday, if you can believe it or not. I can't. So, I mean, it's crazy to think about, but yeah. It will be 2 weeks from this Thursday. Playoffs will begin for girls basketball. I want to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight. Thanks so much. Thanks to all the fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast. Of course, can't do it without them. I want to remind you to stay tuned to our morning shows on Nice 95.5 KBEK with Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning. Then over on 100.9 FM with Josh Miron at 7:45 and 8:45 in the morning. That's when you can catch your local sports updates. We'll talk this game and all the other games in our local listening area. Plus, we'll talk regional and some national sports as well. Also, don't forget to stay tuned to our websites, WCMPradio.com and KBEK.com, for all things local sports. You can also find our links to all the games we're covering this week on that website. On those websites, I should say. Just go to either website, go to the sports tab, and click on broadcast schedule. That's where you can find those links for those games that are coming up this week. I want to remind you, they are subject to change, though. They are subject to change. Also, don't forget to follow our socials. I can't have a hard time saying that one, apparently. Our Facebooks, WCMP Radio, KBEK, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio. Again, make sure to like and follow and subscribe to all those. If you're watching this game on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that red subscribe button if you're watching this game on our YouTube, because if you do, then you'll be notified anytime that we go live with a local sporting event. All you'll have to do is pull down the notification, click on it, and it will send you right to the live local video. Once again, the final here in this one, the Falcons defeat the Pine City Dragons 69-60. It's been the first time in a while in which Pine City drops back-to-back games, and this was a tough one. This is senior night. It was their final regular season home game. Now, again, they have 3 more after this, 3 more games on the road, but it don't get any easier. These last 5 games for Pine City are just they're treacherous. That's the only way to put it. They played Ogilvie last Friday, Foley today, Malacca, Proctor, there we go, and Royalton. This is not an easy stretch for Pine City. These last 5 games are incredibly tough for Pine City. This is where you find out what your team is made of. This is where you find out who your team is and what they're going to be in the playoffs. And right now, Pine City is in a little bit of a funk, and I don't think they've lost their identity. I just think they're struggling right now. They know that last game against Ogilvie was tough. That's a tough loss to lose the conference crown. But then you come into a game where again a team like Foley's coming in with the utmost confidence, getting hot at the right time. It's just it's a tough one for Pine City to lose again on senior night at home, their final regular season home game, and the rest are on the road against quality opponents. Just put it that way. Malacca, Proctor, and Royalton are the last 3. So for Pine City, it is the last regular season home game. For Foley, though, it won't be their last one. They'll have one more as they will host Mora in their regular season finale. I think it's not a week from today, but a week and a half or something like that, on the 20th, whenever that is, if you can do the math for that. So, in this one, the Falcons do get the victory on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard over Pine City, 69-60. For WCMP, again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. I want to thank all the fine sponsors. Thanks to all of them. We couldn't do it without them. And, of course, remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could truly make their day. The final, one more time, the Dragons fall to the Foley Falcons 69-60. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night. Have a great rest of your night.